Hello and welcome as we begin our next masterclass. For the next month, we'll be working through Jesus' teachings in the Sermon on the Plain as he invites people into the pattern of life that he himself embodies. Last month, we began with the story and we learned the first section, and then the second week we went back over the first section and learned the second section, and then added the third section, and finally at the end had all four pieces together in one narrative. This time, what I'd like to suggest that we do is that we do the same thing, work in segments, but we're going to follow something some choir members have told me they do. They say that you often rehearse the last part of a song first, so that your finish is powerful, with strength, with confidence. But I've broken up the sections by color, and so we're now in the final red section. Do not judge, and you will not be judged. Do not condemn, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, will be put into your lap. Because the measure you give will be the measure that you get back. So, looking at the sheet, you'll see that there's a definite pattern. There's a statement about what you should not or should do, and then how that will be reflected in what comes back to you. The first two are negative: do not judge, do not condemn, and then that results in you not being judged and you not being condemned. The second, or the third and fourth, have a little more positive spin in it. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Give, and it will be given to you. And then it ends driving home that last part, how much will be given to you. The other thing I'd like to suggest this time is that in addition to working on this passage, you work on its teaching. So as you're going through this week, catch yourself in the middle of judgment and attempt to move to the place that Jesus is inviting us, where you do not judge. When you feel an urge to condemn, show restraint so that that condemnation doesn't come to you. If an opportunity to forgive comes, take it and give as generously as you can, and notice what it feels like to embody these teachings of Jesus so that you can bring that into your telling. I was working with a loved one this week who is having a challenging time with a supervisor. It's not that the supervisor is not being fair, but he's also not being kind. And the tendency would be for me, is to want to condemn him. But I think the best way forward for this relative, and for me coaching this relative, is to approach that supervisor not in a spirit of condemnation, but trying to understand the world as they see it. And then step into that world. And so my prayer for you today is that during the days ahead, you not only internalize this text, but you practice the way that Jesus proposes and see what happens. We'll see you next week.